All right, everybody. It's Tony back again with another video for you today. This one I'm calling Port Work Reveal for a viewer. This one's for Mr. Rods and Reels. So you actually get to see version 1 and version 2 because I accidentally took apart version 1. So you get to see a cool little side-by-side. And little side note, rocking my mythical red lever good luck charm, man. If you're wearing this, man, anybody gives you the evil eye or the Malocchio, just bounces right off you. So I gotta wear this more often. But just quick note, these saws are a little tricky to get that standard timing wheel on it. So it seems like most guys use that one Dyno Joe sells, the digital one. But we'll just show you what I did here. And I always thought it was comical when you know you guys were asking for some port timing numbers just starting out. You always had somebody that puff up their chest and type that nobody shares their winning lottery numbers. But it's not like guys were asking for your winning race numbers. It's one of the starting point. But this one's version 2, the one I'm calling slightly spicier, and this was version 1. But like I said, I'll show you here shortly what I did to the cylinders. But they're basically within a degree or two of each other. So try to get, well, there's already videos of both those saws on my channel, but we'll see what Mr. Carr catches, man, because you can't get nothing past that guy. He's got an eye. But get the flashlight. Yeah, that was a little compliment, Mr. Carr. So there's both exhaust ports. Version 2, I think I got a hair wider, but watch out for that ring locator pin on that side. It's a little close to the exhaust port. Then so both of these have stock height transfers. I didn't touch the uppers at all. And then there's the intakes. So they got a little bit of intake work. Just widened it a hair and lowered it, and then did it with that's just the burr finish. So where I did a little different cylinder wise, I'm going to show the bottom ends here shortly. Like I was describing in the comments, I tunneled this transfer out a little bit on version 2 just to give it a little more volume. So that's what I did a little different. I don't know if that was wrong or right. Like I said, that one seemed to run pretty good. So here's the bottom ends. So version 2 over here, that's the one I did. I opened up the cases a little bit, so I just packed that full of Play-Doh and kind of matched it to the cylinder. But like I said, this one's all factory. And then while I was in here, I happened to notice, I can get it to zoom, even though I had bought these at the same time, looks like they made a little manufacturing change. This one on camera, this one got sent with a wider wrist pin and no thrust washers, and then this one has the thrust washers. So I'm not sure which is the better of the two, but it's just something I noticed. And we got to give a shout out to Mr. House over at House Work Saws. Like I said, I followed his video on how to do followed his videos, and he gave some pointers in the comments to do the carb mod. So here's the modded one, and here's the factory. So I opened it up to about 10 millimeter. But I think it was worth it. Seemed like it was a noticeable gain, but you know, since I have a stock and a modified carb, I could always do a little side by side. But seems like most guys are in agreement it's a worthwhile mod. But there's my little shot of my muffler mod. I guess you guys are welcome to chime in. I think this larger single outlet might be the better flowing option, but you know, I'm a little goofy. I like the style of the dual port. And then while we're here, pretty sure Indiana Dog has a good video on the different air filters and how to get them to filter better. But these are both factory V Modest, and I tend to seal the filter halves on these split filters. That's just what I do, because sometimes I see a lot of dirt get past the halves, but you know, obviously on this one it was still sucking dirt even though I sealed the halves. So for whatever reason, this one was filtering better. And then you can see here, you know, it's getting a little bit of scuffing on the intake port because it was eating some dirt. And you can see a little bit of dirt or sawdust down in there. So kind of is what it is, you know. It's only $120 saw. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but definitely not a good thing to do. But this should be the last thing. I'm pretty sure I lied in the comments, but it did get a timing advance, so I'm calling that about a third of the key. I mean, it's a little crooked, but that's just what I did. So I say everyone's welcome to chime in. You know, constructive criticism is always welcome. So like I said, I'm just trying to do this community build style just to help out some of the guys taking their first whack at it. So some of those comments in the early in the video is just satire. Don't take none of that personal. But if you guys have if you have any more questions on that, just feel free to pop them in the comments. And I think I'm going to leave version 1 just how it is and just keep running it as a test mule. And then if you guys want to see anything different on version 2, what's what I'm thinking at the moment. I might try and window the piston. But like I say, you guys are welcome to chime in. So they're going to stay apart till after this video airs. So I'll just wait to see who says what. But like I said, I hope that helped you out, Mr. Rods and Reels. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more.